got this device to take me on some winter trips into the mountains, namely some multi-day ski traverses. And I'm going to talk about some of the features that I really like about this device, some features I knew about beforehand, and some features that I came to know about through using the device. And so I'm going to go over some of those now. So one of the main differences between this version, the inReach Explorer, over the previous version, the inReach SE, is that this version has mapping capabilities built in. So you can use this instead of a dedicated GPS unit. It has topographic maps, a compass, digital compass built in, altimeter, accelerometer. So really, if you are looking for a device for SOS functionality and you don't already have a GPS, this would be a good option for you. Or if you already have a dedicated GPS device, this version is good for having a backup to that. Or if you've got multiple people in a group, then you don't have to have only one individual with the GPS. One individual can have the GPS, another version can have the inReach Explorer. Some of the capabilities of this device that I really like is the two-way messaging. I didn't think I'd actually use it that much. I'm one of those people that when you head into the mountains, you're looking to disconnect from the outside world, but there was a few occasions over the past winter where I really found the two-way messaging really helpful. One situation was I was on a ski traverse, the Bo Yoho ski traverse, and I was staying at a backcountry cabin there. We were the only people there, and the weather was pretty bad outside. We were making the decision to wait it out and leave the next day, as the weather forecast when we started the traverse was that there would be better weather next day.
Complete whiteout.
Stuck in the hut.
Windy.
Playing solitaire for 8 hours.
If only we knew. Let's inReach somebody and ask them the rules to a good game of cards.
We only have so much battery life, so you better conserve it. Could be here for a week starving.
We're laughing now.
We're laughing now.
But
7 days
this is
from
our
now.
view.
But I used the inReach Explorer to text a friend and find out exactly what the area was, or what the weather was in my specific area. He texted back and said the weather was actually going to get worse the following day. So based on that information, being able to text him and get the information that the weather was actually going to deteriorate further the next day, we made the decision to leave that day when we had a weather window, and we got a 1 or 2 hour weather window. Left the cabin, got down to lower elevation, and the next day, sure enough, the weather did get worse. So that was one occasion when we would have been waiting out weather for another day on top of it, had it not been for being able to two-way message. Another situation was we were at another fly-in only cabin in the mountains, and I texted a friend to get the weather forecast for the following day, and he said the weather was going to storm by around 1-2 p.m. in the afternoon. The next day we woke up, the weather was beautiful, so we headed out to do some short skiing. By the time we were finishing up around noon, we couldn't see any evidence that the weather was going to get much worse, but because we'd had the weather forecast, we decided to end our day short and return to the cabin when we do a short ski day. But sure enough, around 2 p.m., a hour or two later, clouds rolled in really quickly and it started raining really high at around 2,800 meters in the mountains. And we were lucky to get out of that. It was a full-on electrical storm. Another feature of the inReach Explorer that I really like is its ability to pair with smartphones via the EarthMate app. Something I would do when we'd be on ski traverses in the mountains in the evening, I'd hang the inReach Explorer by a window so it had visibility of the sky to connect to satellites, and then pair it with my phone, and then from across the room on Bluetooth I could send text messages back and forth, check maps, check waypoints, plan the following day on our traverses. And this was really helpful. It meant I didn't have to have the unit in my hand, or I didn't have to keep going outside and making sure the device had visibility of the sky. I could just leave it by a window and then move around the cabin with my smartphone, knowing that as messages came in, I was receiving them to my device. Some other things to know about the inReach Explorer and other inReach devices, that they connect to the Iridium network of satellites. This network has 100% coverage over the Earth, so no drop off in signal around fringe areas, at the poles or at the equator. You've got 100% coverage all over the Earth. This device is also waterproof. It's been tested, submerged up to 1 meter in water for 30 minutes, so no worries about dropping it in a river accidentally or having it out in the rain or snow. I tended to have this connected to my backpack on a strap, so it was out with me when it was raining heavily, snow and rain was falling on it. I never worried that water was going to get inside it. The last thing I'll mention with the inReach Explorer devices is the plans for them, the subscription plans. You have a few options with these. I'd recommend checking out the website specific to your area to find out what the exact costs are, but they have a pretty low starting price, and then they tier up from there depending on what features you need in regards to text messages and ability to send waypoints back and forth. So I checked those out, but as I said, they're really reasonable, probably cheaper than you're expecting for having 100% coverage, two-way communications over the entire Earth. Another benefit to those is you have the option of suspending your agreement with them. So if you're using it only for the summer, as soon as the summer ends, you can suspend your agreement with them, put it on hold, and wait until the next summer to reactivate it again. There is a small monthly fee to suspend it per month, and I check out what that is, but it's generally a lot lower than what you'd be paying for a full subscription. So no yearly agreements, you can pay as you use it. So there you have it, the inReach Explorer with two-way texting and GPS functionality. Any questions about this device, let me know in the comments below.